on dedicated to just drawing. Okay. Am I here? Hello? Am I still here? Okay, let me close all these things that I have open now. Test, test, test. Wow. Wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, as they say. I think it's fine that... Let me see. Ooh, how weird. Hazukashi. Hazukashi, as they say. Hazukashi. Okay, just getting some things here. At everyone. Sorry, wrong link. Smiley face. Wait, no, this is the right link. Hi again. Hey yo, and I didn't see you in the other chat because I didn't realize that I went online the wrong one. You know, it would be kind of funny to do like a subathon that's related to like drawing and just like drawing forever. Should we do something like that? That sounds like it'd be fun. Like we'll start a subathon, or what do they call it? Subathon, marathons, whatever it is, right? And then like we just keep on drawing, and it'll just be a drawing stream until like the timer runs out, right? Maybe we could do it like with commissions, and we just keep drawing commissions, and then when we run out of commissions, we'll start drawing you guys or something. Like maybe I'll have to think out how that's gonna work though. Because the thing is, like, I know that if I go 24 hours of drawing, like I'm eventually gonna get sleepy. And I won't lie that my quality will drop as I get sleepier. Did you know there are ore figurines? Oh, did you? I didn't know that. You just collected everything in Starbound. There's a lot of things to collect in Starbound. Just remember Switch streams. Yeah, 12. It's YouTube on 12 for the 12 hours because No, yeah, what's it called? I remember listening to Mint and Dokibird talk about it, and they had to switch streams on the 12-hour mark. So the thing is, I don't know. I could probably have to. I'll probably have to sleep just so I can make sure my drawing skills don't get like distinguished, like diminished. I just finished game today. Congrats! So maybe like we could do a 24-hour stream, and then it's gonna be like, I don't know how it's gonna work. 24 hours with 12 hours each day, and it'll just be drawing over and over and over. I drew this commission on my 128-hour subathon while I was asleep. Yeah. It could be fun. Let me think. Okay, so there's 24 hours in a day, right? Maybe it could be like, I usually just need 8 hours of sleep to function, right? And I'll definitely need some break times and breakfast and lunch and dinner, right? So 12 hours is definitely a good runtime. That'll give me like 2 hours outside of stream to eat and breakfast, or eat and do like sleep. Like 12-12? Or we could do 12-6. That gives me 6 hours of sleep. What about 12-4? 12-4 sounds good, because then I'll just eat on stream, right? Being for real, you won't get 24 hours in a subathon. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm gonna say like 24 hours is gonna be the initial one, right? And if people want to add an extra hour, I don't know what the amount will be. But way to be blunt. Jeez. Wow. Just saying what everyone's in the room's thinking. Pointing out the elephant in the room. I'm getting bugs. Oh my gosh, you're gonna suffer with bugs. I was listening to a video about collecting 100% of the game, and apparently how bugs work is that you have to, every planet only gives you 3 different types of bugs. And if you don't find it on the planet that you're on, you would have to go find another planet with the same type of biome to have a chance to find that rare bug that you need. Give me a second. Let me go pull up the references. It's crazy. It's a crazy, like, crazy amount of grind. But you know what? If you're able to do it, I commend you for it. I'm gonna save this picture of Megadolin. I keep saying Megadolin, but I realize it's Megalodon. Megalodon? Megalodon? Like like the big shark. Big shark. And you need only 8 more? Oh, congrats. Hopefully he finished the Starbound before the movie. There's a movie coming out on Starbound? No, there isn't. There's no way. The game did not get that popular that it gets a movie. Oh, 2035. I see what you're saying. You're saying you're making a dumb meme. Oh. It's the Lord of Mystery movies? The Lord of Mystery movies coming out in 2035? I thought they already have an anime. Why is it taking that long to make a movie? Animated? Live action? pero. Okay, let's go ahead and work on this one. Let's give it our all for Fufu. This is for you, Fufu. They did a whole ass timeline? That's some really far off planning. Honestly, like, good on them if they're going to be able to keep up with their schedule. I think it's good to set a good schedule forward. I've been playing some more of that Minecraft Hypixel on my Iron Man account, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm reaching the part where the grind is starting to get painful. the grind is starting to pain, but it's pretty fun so far. It's pretty fun so far, but I'm realizing how much you really have to do to grind everything for yourself instead of buying things. It's like if you don't buy it, then you have to like grind it, but it's kind of weird because like the whole game is like based on the economy if you're not playing Iron Man, because you're always focused on like trying to make the most money. And because like an issue when you think about it, because it's like when you get a rare item, you think like, do I want to keep this for when I eventually use it, or do I want to sell it so I could use it for something else? But when you're Iron Man, it's like, yeah, I'll put that in my box. Howdy y'all! Hey Sanix, how you doing? Having a good day? We're talking about Hypixel, the Skyblock. At least I'm talking about it. But my Iron Man account is starting to look meaty. I like it. I recognize that VTuber. Yeah, it's Megalodon. I don't know how to pronounce the Megalodon or whatever it's called. The shark, the giant shark. But it's such a cute design. I really like it. I like a lot of the aspects to it. Like I like the whole like the purple aesthetic. I feel like it is a very unique color. I feel like there's not that many purple VTubers. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not. I haven't seen as many purple VTubers, but yeah. Okay. But I think the thing with the Hypixel Skyblock is like I'm jumping between different skills, and I don't know which one I want to level up. Like, do I want to level up combat because then I have to collect talismans for it? Do I want to level up mining because I got to go do commissions for it? Do I want to make money that way I could buy like some other items? Then I have to level up my farming because that's like my only consistent way of cooking or making money. Was when you only had that what you got on the island instead of having a mining teleport? Yeah, it's much different. I don't know why they still call it Skyblock. They might as well call it like, I don't know, Hypixel, but because like it's like a different kind of Skyblock. But I find it fun. I like the grind. Kind of reminds me of RuneScape grind. It'll be really fun if I could get back into RuneScape too. That way I have 2 grinding games, and I never had to buy a game again because I'm too busy consuming my life with Minecraft and RuneScape. I wonder what old school RuneScape is up to. They add anything new to it? I know like the last thing they had when I was last playing was like the whole like new raids, like the one in the desert raid, and then they had like they had something else. They had another raid, but I don't remember which one it was. Okay. Special Prey Tarot Card Season 2? Oh, are you talking about the Lord of Mysteries? Man, that's a good timeline then if they have all that planned. Problem is though, like usually sometimes it's good to plan for it, but at the same time you gotta always like expect the unexpected. That's why I would do everything without a plan. I don't need a plan. I'm just crazy like that. You know what else is crazy? I ate Little Caesars like the other day for dinner, and now I have like leftover Little Caesars I just finished up today. And boy, did that like give me make my stomach burn. I don't know why. It's trashy, it's cheap, but it's filling at least. Trashy, cheap, filling pizza, just the way I like it. If Tencent is funding it, I don't think. Tencent, huh? You know what? Tencent has a lot of money and they like to put into projects, but Tencent's a very interesting case. They are like trying to be like have a stake in a lot of companies, that's for sure. But good on them to have such a big backer in Tencent. Okay. Tencent, I'm trying to think of like the last game they did. Oh yeah, Diablo Immortal. That's the thing that Tencent has ownership of, right? How is Diablo Immortal? Like, I'm always curious about these games that like got semi-cancelled, you know what I mean? Where they got like a big controversy and it's like, man, this is the worst game ever. I'm always wondering how those games are doing. Like now we're in the year, what, 2025? How is Diablo Immortal doing? Are people still playing it, or did people finally drop it? Especially with all the like the pay-to-win fiascos stuff. You having practice with Eve? Ah, say to Eve. Practice to say Eve. Because I'm kind of curious if Diablo Immortal still has a big player base. I mean, I imagine it's still making money if the game is still up, right? But I'm kind of curious how it's still up. Because I thought like a lot of people moved over to Diablo 4. But I guess even Diablo 4 suffered. And it becomes a question, like, do you play Diablo 4 or do you play Diablo 3? Only whales play it. It kind of reminds me of Fire Emblem Heroes. That game was definitely a game that kind of outlived its life cycle. I saw people talking about it on Twitter, and they were pointing out some of the skills, and those things are like becoming to the point where they're beyond Yu-Gi-Oh length text. Can you guess what we're eating? Piping pop. Like, those are crazy skills, but good on them for keeping Fire Emblem going, I guess. But I don't know. The game doesn't feel like it'd be fun anymore. I loved art though. I saw some of the characters in there, and I feel like the only reason I would play that game is just to collect the characters for art. But even then, like, the gacha was a pain. And I remember like the whole infusion thing where you had to like pass down weapons and stuff like that. That was such a pain too. I'm really surprised that game survived as long as it did. Same with Pokemon Masters EX, but that one's not as surprising because it's Pokemon, you know? Pokemon is just gonna be successful no matter what because of how big of the IP is. We're having sheep meat? Oh, how do you cook it? How are you cooking the sheep meat? Are you making it into what is that thing called? The one where you have the giant shish kebab thing, the meat pole, and you spin it around and you like cut lamb chops? No, I was thinking shawarma. Shawarma, that's the one I'm thinking about. A shawarma. Are you making it into a shawarma? Because I remember you mentioned Middle Eastern influences, so I believe shawarmas are Middle Eastern, right? Or am I wrong? I'm thinking of lamb sauce. Lamb sauce, that sounds really good. You know, whenever we talk about things like lamb chops and lamb sauce, I keep thinking, like, I can't help but think that the fact that, you know, lamb refers to the baby, we're eating the baby. We're not eating the adult sheep, we're eating the baby. More to memes. Let me go stretch. Heck. I drank some coffee before stream. I don't know if you guys could tell. Blah. No, that's for Arabs. We don't do it. I'm Persian. Oh, we make kebabs. I always wonder what a kebab is like. Is a kebab like a burrito? Because like whenever I see a kebab, it looks just like, you know, burritos. Mmm, grilled sheep. That sounds really good. Do you just grill the sheep, or what kind of seasoning do you use? I'd like to give that a try for sure. I always wanted to try like Eastern European food. Is it Eastern European? Is that what they call it? The Middle East, I guess is what we call it for some reason. I always want to try Middle East food. Like, I like Greek food. Greek food tastes pretty good. I know like my family doesn't really like the taste of Greek food, but I think it tastes pretty good. I like hummus. Hummus is pretty tasty. It's Arab food? Mmm. Kebab is not European? No, I know kebab's not European. He said Persian. That's why I'm saying, like, isn't that area considered Eastern European? Like the Middle East? Because it's not necessarily Africa. Part of it might be Africa, and it's not necessarily Asia. It's not really considered a continent either. So, isn't that just like technically, if we talk about it continent-wise, it's Eastern European? Persia is in Europe? Really? Where's Persia? I thought Persia was in that Middle East area. Am I wrong? Well, if you simply want to know about kebabs, I do want to know about kebabs. Because I saw it in RuneScape once and it looked really tasty, but when I saw it in real life, it looks like a wrap. Middle East? Okay, so it's Middle East, but then like, what continent is it technically part of? Is it part of Africa or is it part of Europe? It's east of Israel, so then it's actually part of Asia then? Are they considered Asians? You know, like that area always like had a very distinguishing kind of separation from continents. Nowhere near Europe? Really? So the Persians are like my people. Asian. We're Asians too. Yeah, we're close to Asia? Oh, I see. Hello, my fellow Asian. Hello, fellow Asians. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I thought I was like in that Middle East area, but yeah. I am bad with geography. The only geography I'm good at is America, and that's because they only teach us that in school. America, my land, as true can be. What type of you know about kebab? Nothing. I don't know and a single thing about kebabs, really. Is that a veil around her? Or is that her hair? No, that's her hair. Like, looking at it, that's definitely her hair. Does she have tattoos on her side? She does. Wait, that's interesting. How does that work? I thought that was a part of her shirt. But no, it doesn't look like it's tattoos, actually. I think it was just a mistake. Let's start with the basic kebab. Is it easy to make a kebab? Okay. I know mostly kebab is cheap. Is it really cheap? Is it cheap to make? It doesn't sound cheap. Isn't lamb like more expensive than beef? I haven't seen lamb chops or lamb meat go for cheap at all. And if you're making your kebabs with lamb meat, grilled lamb meat, that does sound pretty pricey. You say that as if they use good quality meat? What do you mean? Are you saying they eat the intestines? Like the parts that nobody wants to eat? The groin? The gonads? The gizzards? The squiggly splooch? Oh, man. Because I imagine, like, they probably don't eat that, right? My squiggly splooch is starting to go cold, friend. Please finish it up. Wrap it up, they say. Okay. They don't use fancy things, but it is gold. What do you mean by fancy things? Depend on the shop? Oh. Because I imagine you would notice if you're eating sheep intestines, right? Sheep intestines definitely has a different texture than regular lamb chop meat. Lamb chop meat is really fatty. And same with liver. Liver is like very identifiable. Like if you get served liver and you take a bite out of it, you could tell you're eating liver. You know nothing about kebabs? Just read my long comment. I don't see a long comment. I think that's the thing though, because like, I don't think I ever seen a kebab in real life in California, which is kind of funny when you think about it, because isn't California like considered like the world's biggest like melting pot? I think we should have at least one kebab restaurant. I know back in my hometown we do, and I kind of want to give it a try. Maybe next time I come visit tomorrow, like I'll give a try to these kebabs, these legendary kebabs. These legendary delicious kebabs that heals 2 HP and costs 10 gold in RuneScape. I like how she has this like halo, like a blue archive character. It's very cute. I wonder if she like the influence was blue archive. Okay. I mean, I know a lot of people who like kebabs, but I never got around to trying it. I think it's fun to try new foods, honestly. If anything, that's part of the reason I would love to go traveling and like learning new cultures and stuff. It's because the food. I want to try out like what people eat normally. I still don't understand what Americans eat on a normal basis. Living with my friend for a while, right? I still don't understand because they're full 100% American, I think. I don't know. I don't know what their traces are, but they grown up in America. They had American family, and like I'm always wondering like what does he eat on a normal basis as an American? Like I came for dinner once, but they were eating tacos, and I was like, yeah, that's you know, I eat tacos too, but that's not necessarily what I think American food is, unless tacos are American food. So I always get curious about like what the true American dining experience really is. Like, based on restaurants and cafes, I think like sirloin steaks and stuff like that. But I imagine that would get stupidly expensive if you eat sirloin steaks every day. You take meat, sheep, cow, okay, you spike it. Yeah. So it's like a shawarma, right? You season it with mayo. Oh, interesting. For 8 hours? So wait, was this like already pre-cooked, or did you cook it just now? 8 hours of cooking. Is there a crock pot version of it? Do you have a crock pot version where I could just put it in a crock pot and wait that 8 hours? They cut it off the spike and you eat that? Yeah, I saw that before. That's the shawarma, isn't it? Let me see, what's a shawarma? Am I saying the wrong word? Shawarma. I thought that's what a shawarma is. Shawarma. Well, yeah, here we go. Chicken shawarma. Interesting. You need to educate yourself. That's why I'm asking. Teehee? Teehee pedal? So what's the difference between that and a shawarma though? It sounds like it's this similar methods, right? Turkish kebab is something else. Ah, but the meat sounds like it's prepared like a shawarma, right? Like you put it onto a stick, you cook it over a fire? No? Let me go ban that person. Did I not turn on text-to-speech? I think I turned on text-to-speech, right? I almost followed that person instead. Imagine following a bot. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me, guys. I have text-to-speech open, right? I don't. It's kind of different, but the process is different. I see. I always want to try to make a shawarma though. It looks so fun and silly, the way like it spins around the stick. And I imagine because it's slow cooked, it'll be really delicious. My rule of thumb is if something takes forever to cook, it's gonna be really good and soft and tender. I guess it's just the word that they use for marketing. Ah, that could be it. Shawarma. Yeah, it looks so exotic. Like the greens from the herbs and the Greek like sauce, like the yogurt sauce, the little tomatoes. Whenever I see like a shawarma wrap, it sounds really good. We don't know what shawarma is like in my country. We don't know what that is. Isn't this what a shawarma is? Let me see. Because whenever I think of it like in shows, it's like a shawarma, right? Like this thing. The stick meat that you cut, which I have no idea how to do that. I guess you just need a really sharp knife. Countertop shawarma. How would you do this? Do you just stack a bunch of chicken breasts together and you season it? Just a lemon on top. That looks really good though. Oh, I need to learn how to make a shawarma. Trust my country's foods to die for. Oh, I gotta try it then. No! Form a quick kebab. Quick look kebab is a variety of roasted meat that originated from the Middle East or something? Let me see. Turkish kebab. Let me see. Oh. So you don't put the meat on a big stick. Wait, no, you still do the same thing, right? I just look up Turkish kebab and they showed me this, which is also a shawarma, right? Looks like though they're smaller varieties. Ooh, fancy. Ooh. Oh man, I always want to try cutting one of these. These things look really nice. I wonder how you do that though. Do you just pack the meat together like ground beef? Do you just like smush it together? Kinda. So it's like a shawarma. A Turkish shawarma. I'm not Turkishinator. Gorm sabzi. That looks really good. It's like curry. I really want to try these things. I wish I had a cooking stream. That way I could cook it all on stream. I'll be like, cooking with Alin! And then we could try like recipes from around the world. Or maybe we could do if I did something like that, it could be recipes that you guys give me and I try to cook. And then you guys have to instruct me how to cook it. And then we're gonna have like some bad eggs, say like, put the egg inside in the microwave and heat it up by 10 minutes. Give me a second, I need Fifi's reference. Or Fufu. Fifi Fufu. Hihi Fufu. That's our traditional food. Looks good. Each culture has good food. That's why, like, I know America has good food too, but I just want to know what they eat on a normal breakfast or like normal day, you know? Because I want to study the American diet. Because, like, I feel like I got a good idea about a lot of people's diets, right? I know, like, an Asian diet consists a lot of, like, rice. Mexican diet has a lot of rice and beans, right? I know, like, usually Italian and French diets tend to have more pasta-y stuff. Closest to bacon and eggs. But then, like, that one doesn't seem like it's much, in my opinion. It feels so standard. Like, it's literally ingredients cooked. Like something mixed with it. Like, do we have like some sort of special meal? We eat rice too? Persian kebab, you'll see the difference. Let me see. Persian kebab. Persian kebab. Don't eat breakfast properly? I eat a proper breakfast. I think the other day I had like a sausage with a toast and some kimchi because I have a lot of kimchi. Proteins, vegetables, and bread. Oh, it's like a sausage. You need to try our breakfast. Oh, I like to give it a try. I just don't have, you know, ingredients. Probably don't have the same ingredients you guys do. Rice-based foods seem to be pretty extended across. I think it's because rice is so, I wouldn't say easy, but it's one of the more like plentiful crops to grow compared to a lot of things. And plus, like, a lot of like struggling countries can get other byproducts from it, like, you know, frogs like to show up in there. You can eat some delicious, yummy frogs. Don't know much about wheat though. Like maybe it's because wheat needs to be more treated. I know like rice, you have to husk the rice, right? I learned that from Sakana. It's a bass that you can add anything to. Oh, like a bass fish. Different places have different food. Don't say frogs, we don't eat them. I don't know. Have you ever had frog legs? They're pretty good. Though they're just fried frogs, basically. Eat a sandwich? I feel like a sandwich is too heavy in my opinion. Whenever it comes to breakfast, I like to eat something lighter. Like, I usually like to eat something lighter. Like if I had fruits, I would have like a fruit breakfast. Because a fruity breakfast is like one of my favorite types of breakfast. It's sweet, it's natural, at least mostly natural, and it's like it has a lot of nutrition in it because it's fruits. Like I would have fruits, a cup of milk, and a coffee. That's like an ideal breakfast for me. I always wanted to try a Japanese fruit sandwich though. Have you ever seen those like Japanese strawberry sandwiches? Or the ones with like peaches in it? I don't know. I can't imagine eating bread with like that much icing and fruits. Fruits is like the last thing I could think of that belongs to be on a sandwich. Is it that heavy to eat bread and butter? Not really. Wait, is that what you consider a sandwich though? Like isn't that just toast? Oh, I guess if you uncook the bread, it's just bread and butter. I eat sandwiches in the morning too, with milk. What kind of sandwich do you guys eat? My wife forbids me from eating anything. Give me a second. My YouTube chat is going out off the fritz. There we go. Forbids me from eating anything but her food. So no fast food? Oh no. Okay. Where's my fast food? You better make me hamburgers. I could put whatever in massage. Like for me, like I usually need to have like something on my sandwich that has something, I guess. It depends, I guess. Like peanut butter sandwich is a good thing that, or an easy thing I like to eat for lunch. On a regular basis, it's cheap and filling, right? But if I'm gonna make a sandwich, I would like to have like meats, cheese, and vegetables in it. So usually at least a tomato. So I would like have ham, cheese, and a tomato on it. Bread rolls. We eat them with butter. But would that be considered a sandwich then? Because I imagine a sandwich would be something in between that bread. That's like just eating biscuits for breakfast, right? She can make me hamburgers and pizza. But she says I can't trust outside. Even if you guys go out together, you guys should go like to a restaurant together. I mean, like I know it's like expensive sometimes, but you know, every now and then it's good to treat yourself to like a different like place.
What do you think about thick bread for a sandwich? Or is thin bread better? 3.
It depends. I like a thick bread because like a thicker bread means that it doesn't fall apart unless you toast it. Like thin bread, like when I make a sandwich, for some reason thin bread falls apart so easily. I always wanted to try thick bread, but thick bread is like usually the more expensive option. They end up tasting well. Oh. Some people could call them aberrations depending on what I put. Oh, interesting. What do you put in your sandwiches? It's 2 pieces of bread with something in between. I think that's legally a sandwich, but that's butter. Wouldn't that... I guess you could say it's a butter sandwich, but I feel like a butter sandwich doesn't seem like the most substantial sandwich. I feel like usually when I think of like ingredients that go on a sandwich, it has to be something more hefty, I guess. Kind of reminds me though, like doesn't the UK have like a bread sandwich as a cuisine too? Depends on what I have available. You guys do what I do. Whenever I have like ingredients, I just toss them to like whatever I'm eating. Like if I have some leftover tomatoes, I'll like make some sort of tomato onion stir fry to go with my rice. When I cut butter with a knife and lay down it on bread, how much butter is that? I imagine though your butter is made fresh, right? Maybe you have like more like nutritional value in your butter compared to store butter. Because I know you were talking about before you like fresh food. Because I can't imagine just having butter and bread as and consider that a sandwich. Because that's like equivalent to just putting mayo in bread, right? Like would you consider mayo and bread just a sandwich? If you just have like 2 slices of bread and put mayo in it? I like to put sauces. Oh, that's interesting. You guys are like opening my mind to potential like sandwich recipes. Would mayo and bread taste good by itself? Because essentially mayo and butter are not too different. Mayo is just egg with oil, while butter is just milk churned over and over. Gotta go. Alright, take care, Burn. It is store butter.
That's just like putting ketchup in a sandwich and nothing else.
Yeah, like essentially like that. That's why I'm struggling to see butter. I mean, maybe it's better than I think. I think like maybe with a sourdough toasted bread, maybe that might be more filling for me. Maybe it's because I run so much calories somehow. I need sustenance. Mayo and bread tastes good, does it? I know it tastes good like adding as a condiment, but I don't know about it by itself. Like peanut butter, I guess you could say it's the same way, but at the same time, peanut butter is like more self-sufficient, I guess? Like I never really see like, or need the idea of like putting peanut butter on my sandwich. I make the sandwich out of peanut butter, you know? I don't know. I'll have to give it a try one day. Maybe I just need some really good butter. But yeah. I prefer to add more things. What kind of things do you like to add in your sandwiches? I like to add whatever I had in the fridge. Cabbage, tomatoes, meat, niku. It's just for breakfast. I eat other stuff for the day, in the last meal of the day. I think that's the thing. Usually, I grew up in a culture where we normally eat light for breakfast and all that stuff, but then when we hit dinner time, that's where we eat the most. And I think that's like the healthiest way to do it, isn't it? I think I remember reading something about that, like the health factors in like eating all day versus eating one big meal. I think it is better just to save all your appetite for one big meal. That way you could just binge. Maybe biased because I love mayo, it's my favorite. I only like mayo when it's combined with something else. Like, the idea of eating mayo by itself kind of, you know, rubs me the wrong way.
In the UK, a crisp sandwich is a delicacy here. A delight.
Is that a crisp sandwich the one where it's like potato chips then? Like, you put the potato chips in the sandwich? We do that here too. I saw my friend do it. Like, he would have a bread, cheese, and potato chip sandwich, or Doritos, depending on what chips he has. Which I find interesting. It's a very unique thing, but I don't think I would eat it myself personally. He puts barbecue sauce on it too. Not my type of food, but to see that, you know, what we consider meals is different between everyone. You should only eat when you're hungry. I think that's the thing though. Shouldn't you eat like on scheduled times more than when you're hungry? Because like that's when your body's like the most active with its digestion due to the forming of habits. I thought that was the case. Or I could be wrong. I'm not a doctor. Not yet. Let me rebrand as a Dr. VTuber.
Yeah, potato chips, like ready salted ones, but it's just like butter and crisps. Or even cheese, ham and crisps, etc. Yum.
I'll have to try that one day. Like, potato chips are really good, and, you know, I feel like they're good on their own and good combined with something else. And the thing is, too, like, whenever I have a sandwich, I like to have a bag of chips or, like, french fries with it. So, chips are always the most easily available. Oh, man. I need some water. Add to the mayo, other things. Ketchup? I don't know about that either. I mean, mayo and ketchup is like the standard, like, burger sauce. Like, people like to make like a Thousand Island sauce from mayo, ketchup, and maybe a little bit of mustard and pickle brine. I'm just some guy who knows more than the average person, not some sage. I'm asking you now. I'm interviewing you. I'm putting you on the point. The podium. Can Plague stand up to the podium and speak his will? It's called pink sauce. Do you like that pink sauce that one girl was making? That one was crazy. Remember that one girl, the pink sauce girl? We had some crazy times in the last few years thinking about it. Holy crap, I can't believe the pink sauce was just a recent thing. At least in the annals of the history. It's mostly that I can't be bothered to think of something creative to make. I think that's fine then. Like, I think the thing is cooking and preparing food, as long as you get the food in you, that's good. I'm the type of person though that likes to be creative with what I do. 2022, yeah, that's still relatively close. Like, it's not even a decade ago, much less 5 years ago. Ah, we're halfway through the decade! Ah, I'm feeling old! Why did I say that out loud? Okay, I gotta work harder. Stronger, faster, harder. Do 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 do. Okay. Man, time is going so fast. This whole week went by so quickly. I don't know where this whole week went. Can someone find me my week? I must have dropped it somewhere. My special week? No, really, can someone give me their special week in Uma Musume? Because I want to complete my horse collection. My cute anime horse girl collection. Uma poi, Uma poi. I just realized how old I will be when the full movies comes out. Don't worry, we could be in retirement's home together. It's just like what Nimi said, right? Nimi pointed out, like, technically our generation is gonna be like the generation of gamers. So when we all go to the retirement home, we're gonna be like playing Mario Kart on the TVs and stuff. Fortnite gamers rise up. Those retirement homes better come with Nintendo Switches. If not, I'm gonna poop in my diaper. And there's nothing they can do about it except change me. Why is it called a retirement home when you think about it? Because most people who go into retirement are still pretty young. It's like more like a home for the elderly when you think about it. And when you think about it too, like a lot of people who tend to retire, they already have a house. More the greatest artists working on comms. Hey Zexion, how you doing? Having a good day? I'm just finishing up this one. I don't think 30 plus is that old, but it's still kind of wild. No, we're already 1 foot in the grave. When you get to the point of 30, not saying that I'm 30, we're already like 3 feet into the grave. I'm alright, that's good to hear. Musky, dusty gamers, rise up! We are taking over this age of video games. I have a dream that gamers of all ages, young and old, we will unite under one banner in the retirement home. I have a dream! Whether you are 20 or 30 or 40 or even 50, that will be all considered old and not judged by the actions of our man. I have a dream that one day we will be playing Mario Karts in our wheelchairs.
Chat, what is he yapping about?
Caster, you came at the right time. This month, they'll say that 2027 on the 18th. It's too late, Zexion. You better start writing your will. You better start filing that life insurance. You better start planning your funeral. 27 is the new 56. We're so old. And as modern technology gets better and better, that age gets smaller and smaller. Before we know it, 20 will be the new 70.
Alin, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I was just having a moment. I was just thinking about my life and how being over 3,000 years old has affected me. By the time you're 37, Lord of the Mysteries adapted. I don't want to plan for my funeral. No, it's okay. That's why you have insurance. You let the insurance pay for it. You're like, hey, I want to get I want this Hatsune Miku coffin, and I want you to blast Romeo and Cinderella at my funeral, right? We're gonna have the most anime kawaii ugu funeral ever.
That's some nice art, BTW.
You're some nice art. Hey Gaster, how you doing? Thinking about it though, at a retirement home, we could finally do a full campaign of D&D. Yeah, everyone could be there. And you know what's the best part? Every day is a new day with when you forget the previous day. It's like you're meeting new friends every single day. Hey Rainbow, how you doing? You missed it. I had a whole spiel about being 30 and how old we are. Not me. I'm not 30. Not a musky, dusty gamer.
I'm currently playing a Mori.
Ooh, how far are you in it? I won't spoil it. Fun game. Do you remember what happened last session? Nope. Alright, we're starting over.
Yeah, Whippersnapper, do you remember what we did last session?
That doesn't sound old. No, I don't know how to sound old. It'll be great. It reminds me of the time.
I am sickly today.
Aw, get some rest. Get some, lie down. Avoid people. You know, it's a good excuse to be doing nothing. Quick one shot.
I'm at Sweetheart's castle.
Sweetheart? Ooh, have you met Sweetheart yet? Sweetheart's like one of my favorite designs from Amore. I love that game.
Towards the beginning.
Ah. She's very, very cute. Alan's like 3,000 years old, yeah. I'm already 3 feet into the grave, right? Which is kind of sad because I already lost 2 feet.
Oh ho ho ho.
Man, whenever I think about Mori, I think about all the scary parts of that game. As much as I want to play that game again, I do not want to get scared. Oh. Who's older, Alan or Uma? It depends. Which Uma? Hope you get better. Yeah, I hope you get better, Rainbow. Okay. I could always do like a dumb thing where she has like the money in her hand already. Okay.
Oh ho 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 ho.
Something about Ojo laughs just like are very cute. When the girl starts laughing like a Ojo, you know they're the one. They look at you and they Ojo laugh at you. That's when you know they're the one. Trick question, Uma's age is like elf? Yeah, I think I was reading about that actually. Like how like in the Uma Musume world, they're like pretty much equivalent to that of elves. Like a regular girl can grow up to be a Uma, and like when a Uma gives birth, it can become a Uma, right? But not all girls become Umas. Which is not to say that's how elves work, but they're like mystical creatures. You're not simply just born an Uma. You're not simply a Uma.
Take him to the dungeon.
No, not like this. No, listen to me. I tell you, what I say is not a lie. Look into your true yourself. You'll realize that they've been lying to you this whole time. What's a Trojan horse? A Uma? Trojan Uma? It depends. How many viruses did I get? You know what? Now that you said that, I'm thinking about it. A giant Uma Musume being used as a Trojan horse. What are the implications of history when we take out horses? That's crazy. Don't make me think about these crazy existential like crises. I shouldn't be thinking like this. Oh no, don't take Alan to the dungeon. Take me instead. No, I will sacrifice myself for the greater good. It's what the people want. It's what the people deserve. It's what the people need. They need a leader. One who's willing to give themselves up for the cause. Goodbye, chat. May we never speak again. Doused. Doused foundeth. Just want a free food. You know, I was watching a video talking about prison food, and I remember like watching about like comparing the different countries and their prison food. America kind of got the short end of the stick. Like really hard short end of the stick. Which is to say, like, begs the question, like, do they deserve something better? You know? Because, you know, some of them are in there for specific things that are really, really bad. But at the same time, like, do they need to be starved? I don't know. It's a very interesting, like, contextual question. Like, what do we do about prisoners? Because I saw, like, some of the prison food from other places, and it's kind of crazy. Like, the ones that get punished really hard, like the ones who did like the worst crimes, they don't get as good prison food, but the ones who are just like casually in there, I guess, which is kind of a weird thing to say. Casual imprisonment. Depends on the crime streak. Depends on the crime. Okay, guys, you are now in jail. What would the crime be? And don't say murder. That's too easy. I am now Judge Laphel, here to judge you for your actions.
Do you know what equip gives the most speed pre-Sweetheart Castle?
Not really, but I never really had a problem with speed. I can't think of the one that gives it. Here we go, yeah. Or is it like a trick question?
Namaste.
Hey fish, namaste. How are you doing? I'm just working on some commissions. I'm like super sleepy. Oh, I'm about to fall off my desk. Maybe I should just go to sleep. The thing is, like, I've been playing too much games at night before I sleep. You know how, like, when you play a game and you're like, one more, and you just keep going? That was literally me.
I would go to prison for stealing alien zoomers.
Wow, wow! Someone execute that person. They're not going to prison. They're going to hell. Execute
Because
him.
I want to do a run and gun strategy.
Oh, try to think, like, I can't think of it. It's been a while since I played it. Oh man, let me take a small break. Probably some sort of tax crime and not following orders. Eat and run at a restaurant? That's a pretty easy one. That's a pretty easy crime. Yep, that's a pretty easy crime. Time to be a criminal. No, I don't endorse criminalness. I'm just making a joke here. Let's go browse Twitter for a bit. I'm taking a small break to let my wrist rest and try to wake up because I'm a little tired. Oh, that's so cute! Oh, cute! That's so, the cutest! Ina is so cute! Why is Ina so cute, guys? Nina my Ina-nish. We should like browse my Twitter one day and then like we should stop. Like, whenever something bad shows up. It should be like one of those things, it's like browsing my Twitter until something bad shows
I got
up.
sent to the dungeon.
Ah, how is it in there? How is it in there? Oh, that's really cute. I really need to start making physical things. Ugh. Okay, I need to start planning. Once I finish up all my commissions and I'm all caught up and I'm down to like maybe 5 commissions, which is like my normal pace hopefully, I'm gonna start making like physical items because I really want to sell it at a con one day. Like if I start now and I make a lot of products and I get it like produced by say maybe October, maybe I can start registering for next year's cons. Resting is important? Yeah, I'm not very good at resting because usually when I rest I think like I should do something else, like playing a game.
What kind of physical items?
Keychains, stickers, things like that. Like, let me see Vograce. There's like a lot of fun ideas you could get from Vograce. Acrylic stands, depending. Acrylic stands are a little bit more pricier, but I think I want to start small with keychains and stickers and then move my way up.
Knit me a sheepy.
I will make, oh, I don't know about that. I don't know anything about knitting. There's like a lot of cool things that you can find on Vograce. Like body pillows. I could make a body pillow. Official Alin Laphel body pillow. Art contest. What's this? Art contest? Huh. Mix and match day. Regular membership. What? Art contest. What's art contest? Vograce's International Art Competition. Wait, this is back in July. It's already over. Loyalty club deals. There's tote bags. I can make a tote bag. Real size. Yeah, real size Dakimakura. Doesn't come with the pillow though. Zipper pouch. That's kind of cute. Like there's a lot of cute products here that I would love to experiment and make like silly things with. Like can you imagine if I get something like this, right? What could you put inside though? It's like a little Ziploc bag. What can you put inside? Is it like, how big is it? How big is this thing? They're 96 millimeters by 115. Interesting. There's a mystery. Oh, that's pretty cool. I love it when like series have like a fan competition for fan art. I can make custom acrylic bracelets here. That's pretty cool. Plushies? Custom stuff plushie? We can make a plushie, guys. Cotton doll. Let's see. Okay. 10 centimeters. How big is 10 centimeters? What does that mean? With or without skeleton? Reference for ear type? Do I add an attachment or do they make it? How does this work? Is this custom? Clothing will be selected and charged separately after the sample confirmation. Okay. Gummy worms? Not very big, I see. I always want to try to do one of those pin collection things where like you could get pins. Custom lenticular cards? I can make one of these? Oh, that's actually really cool. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna start, like, as soon as I finish all my comms, we're gonna start making some silly things. Right? Because I really want to try selling at a con one day. Like, I've always wanted to go to a convention and start selling things. Ugh. I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna do it, guys. Watch this. And maybe I could ask, like, some of the bigger VTubers that I work with to see if they would be interested if I could sell, like, their fan merch. It's still September 10th. It's not 10K, but a pool of 40K. Oh, that's pretty cool. Hopefully, what's it called? I hope they don't get congested with AI art. That's the one thing I'm always scared about, like, art contests nowadays. There's a lot of people who are just submitting things with AI art, and then, like, they don't get noticed until after they supposedly won a prize. But I'm sure people are gonna have fun with it. It reminds me when I entered the Neptunia contest. Man, I was overconfident during that. I was like, yeah, I could draw Neptunes, but then, like, I look back at my art that I used for the contest and it was really bad. I wasn't a very good artist, honestly. I had fun with it, at least. I'm still not a good artist, honestly. That's lazy and scummy. Yeah, they shouldn't be doing that, but I'm glad that people are calling it out. Like, people aren't just gonna accept it. And the thing is, like, it is pretty easy to
Wasn't
identify
there
some
a
aspects.
thing in the Pokemon TCG contest?
There wasn't a... Oh yeah, you're right. In the Pokemon card contest, and then, like, they pointed it out. It was like a Pikachu card, right? And they took it out immediately after people pointed it out. I know what you're talking about, which is crazy. Crazy that, like, people are thinking that they could get away with it. The amount of entries of popularity of the series has, any AI art would have a hard time winning. Exactly. Oh no, sometimes that's not the case though, because sometimes the AI art is rather deceiving. You'd be surprised with how many times, especially since, like, I don't know who's usually the judges of these contests, but, like, it's very easy for companies. Miss Pokemon got a lot of mistakes with contests like that. I think there was another series that was really big that also had an AI contest, like, or AI won a contest and then they realized that it was AI. I forgot what it was, but usually, what's it called, depending on the judges, they tend to be very easy to fall for it. Especially with how much better AI is getting in copying and stealing people's ideas. Okay. But they will never win, because in the end, people will point it out and they'll be like, hey, that's AI, right? And then boom, they'll be sent to the Shadow Realm once and for all, where they belong, along with their AI friends. That's right, Yugi. You're but nothing but a mere AI. Probably in the contest guidelines. It's always in the contest guidelines, but a lot of people try not to follow it when it comes to AI, because they know that they would break the rules. I feel like a lot of contests have no AI generated content in it. I'll be surprised if there's a contest that does allow AI generated content, because then that's not a contest really worth entering, in my opinion. Since I think they'll make merch of the winners art, that becomes an issue. I saw that with some contests too, where they want to take the artist's creation and then, like, make it into other things, but it becomes an issue because technically there's a lot of, like, publication rights that go into it. Because, like, if they're gonna do something like that, they need to pay off, like, royalties and stuff like that, unless it's written inside the contest terms. But that becomes a larger issue, because if it's written in the contest terms that they're allowed to use your images for merchandise stuff, then they're losing all rights to their things, basically. It becomes like a big legality issue. Not like, yeah, contest needs effort. This is like supposed to be a contest for either fun or for people to show what they could do, you know? But yeah, I remember, like, I think it was like Webtoons tried to do something like that, and then, or was it Webtoons? I don't remember. But there was, like, someone that did a contest for art so that, like, the winner gets to get their stuff, like, published and turned into merch or something. But the problem with that is that you have to actually start, like, you can't really just get away with that without, like, having to pay a lot of other rights behind it. unless in the rules of the contest it says that they could take your like content with and use it without permission, which there was one thing that did that. I think it was a Niji Sanji thing. Yeah, I think I'm remembering it was Niji Sanji. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it was a VTuber agency, but they said that like we're gonna have an art contest, but your items will be used to make merchandise, and they got into a lot of trouble for it because they weren't gonna pay for the art. They were just gonna give the prize.
I think I've seen some people saying that contests were a cheaper way than actually hiring an artist to do work.
That could be it too. I mean, it's a good way to like get a lot of names on you. I think they would ask permission. I think it's beyond just permission though, because it's a legal battle now. Like, because it's one of those things that like, I think I'm trying to remember, but essentially it's like you have to, if you're like, I don't know if it's a rule. Now that I think about it, I don't know what it is. I'm trying to think. Because I know I was reading about it with the Niji Sanji or whatever contest it was. It's like, if you're gonna use somebody's art, you legally have to have a contract bound with them to something, 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 or something like that. I think the legal mindset was talking about it. I don't know. It was quite some time ago. But yeah, there's a lot of things to like making merch or using somebody's work in an art contest to something like that. Because unless it's like written into the rules itself, then I don't think they're allowed to do that. I don't remember. Like it was a weird situation. Was it Webtoons? It could have been Webtoons, because Webtoons did like a web comic contest, and like whoever's first place gets to become a original, but then it becomes like under permission. They have a contract form for the contest. Oh, so you have to sign a contract. That's interesting. I hope people read the contract before they signed it. You know how it is with artists. People like to take advantage of artists and like get what they can get from an artist without them realizing it. Don't just hit agree to terms and service. Always read the contract, guys. No matter how much you trust the people. Especially the fine print. Especially the fine print. I remember my professor telling me once how they got stuck in a contract with Sony, and basically in the contract, like they really wanted to work with Sony and all that stuff, right? And in the contract, it said specifically that any works they created in and out of work, like while they're working for Sony, is considered Sony property, and they are no longer entitled to anything they create. It was the silliest sounding contract, and I was talking about it, and it's like, wow, how did you get around that? And he said that he made
In and
alias.
out is crazy.
Yeah. And he said he had to make an alias outside of Sony to make sure that they don't identify any of his work outside of Sony, because they can't like prove the connection with it. Right? It's crazy. That's a BS contract. That's the type of contract you have to get into for big companies like that, especially if you're someone that's new, because they really just want everything from you. They want to juice you for everything. They want to ring you. I don't think the brand needs to scam people. You'll be surprised. You'd be surprised. Especially, it's not about like the brand itself. It's about the shareholders behind it, because the shareholders are the ones that like influence a lot of these contractual stuff, right? And that's Sony. That's Sony that had a contract for that. Not like a small company, big name Sony. And that's why he told me like it was important to make sure that stay anonymous on the internet. That way, if you work for somebody, you can still make your own creations, as long as they're not able to tie it back, right? Always keep your anonymity. Because if they could tie it back because your real name is tied to it somehow, they can ring you for it. But yeah, it was a very interesting thing. Lord of Mystery gets merch every few months. They don't need to scam fans. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. Like even like I would say the same for a lot of big companies. Pokemon, Nintendo, Sega,
That's so gross.
Sony. Yeah, it is gross, but that's why you have to read the contract. There's always something in there.
Why can they even do that?
The reason they could do it is because essentially they know they can kind of get away with it, theoretically, because they're so big and people like really want to join them. So like the more pristine and wanted they want to be, the more they can extort from people. You know what I mean? And because it's a contract, you're legally bound by it in a way. There's one thing that my professor always told me. always remember that companies are not there to be your friends. They're there to make money. That's something I like to keep in mind when it comes to things. Even if they don't need it, some companies do it because they can. Pretty much. Pretty much. And plus the thing is too, like, you know, competition. They want to make sure that they have all the latest ideas from you. Things like that. That's why when you join a company, you're like literally giving up a lot of stuff. Sure, you might be able to get a pristine name and be able to join something like that, but usually you have to like give up a lot of freedoms for working for a company. Or at least like a big art kind of role. It's very rare that you're gonna not be able to do that. And you know what? It's good for like the publicity, and if you can manage it well, it, you know, definitely makes a lot of money. But at the same time, you have to, it becomes like a kind of tug on your creative strings, because you're giving up some creative freedom for the sake of being able to, you know, work in such a pristine company. Always remember. That's what my professor told me.
Is there something hidden in Alin's conditions when you commission? The UMA clause? All your horses belong to Alin?
Yes, you're right, the UMA clause. Check your UMA Musume right now. You'll notice all your characters are gone. Check it right now. They do weird stuff, but I don't think they would risk a scandal right now. You'd be surprised. There's like a lot of companies I would think the same thing of.
All my horses, Gondi.
Yeah, all your horses are gone. Maybe I should make these lines smaller. That's why I usually keep things at arm's length and just know what I'm getting into when it comes to company. Like, even with the Switch 2, while I really want to switch to, I know that there's the potential of things going bad, but I weigh the what I want versus like the risk, you know? And I know Nintendo is going to be like a risky thing to always be around with, but at the same time, those games look fun. I want to play those games. Arm's length. But I'm not going to defend a company, honestly. I'll try not to defend a company. Okay. There we go. Risky the scandal as you try to establish a 10-year-old brand is just insanity. I mean, it happens so many times. There's a lot of situations that we can look at with some things like that. Let me try to think from it. Try to think. I know there was like one that was a very recent one where they risk it. It was the video I was listening to. I think it was like Wish or something, Wish.com. That was not game related or anime related. And then there was like some gacha games that tried to risk it with their fan base, like what's it called? Infinity Nikki. It's because there's a lot to be gained. And it's not chances are it's not because the creators want to do it. It's probably because the shareholders are like twisting their hands to do it sometimes. That's why whenever there's like a public ownership of something, you have to there's like some concern about like how shareholders are going to influence it, because shareholders don't have a good firm grasp of what's like of things. Remember what I talked about with the, what's that called? There was a thing I used to use to transfer files to my iPad. Something drop? I forgot what it was called. But they got ownership by like they were doing really well, but they got acquired by some sort of big company, the one that did Spotify, or I don't remember what it was. But basically they just ruined their whole thing. They were only around for like a couple years, but then like they were doing so well, but out of nowhere they got acquired and now it's ruined. Now you have to pay to transfer files. Oof. Oof. I don't think they would offer 300 rubies RMB. Is that rubies? To scam people out of art? I mean, you never know. Webtoons did it. They offered like a $10,000 prize, but then like when you look at the clause when you win first prize, it was a really bad deal. In fact, I think the first prize winner of the Webtoon contest actually never became original. They got the prize money though, and I think they chose to go with the prize money equivalent. But I remember there was like a controversy for it because of it. That's why I always say just look at the terms of service, read it all. Like, don't just trust it on goodwill. Always read the terms of service, especially if you're a creator and you're giving some sort of rights to something. Make sure that you know what you're giving the rights to, right? Because the last thing you want to do is like enter an art contest, and then like before you know it, they're using your art in like some sort of merchandise, and it was just because it's in their contract. RMD Chinese Yuan. Ah. That's my suggestion. Always read your contract. Even like if you're joining something that you always wanted to join, make sure that you read the contract. Like if I was to ever join like a big agency that I always wanted to join, or like I ever work for a big agency that I always wanted to join, I think it's still important to read your terms of service, right? And make sure to, before you accept the contract, right? Make sure that you understand all the parts of it, which sounds like a pain. And you might have to hire a lawyer if you have trouble reading like the mumbo jumbo, legal mumbo jumbo. But it's always important to make sure that you know what you're getting into before you get into it, you know? That's my suggestion. Okay. There you go. At most underpay? It depends. I haven't read the contract, that's the thing. Always look at the contract, but it could be what you say. Maybe they're not going to scam people, but I wouldn't say just like trust it on goodwill alone. Always look at the contract. Always be contractually obliged to look at the contract, basically. Never just trust on goodwill alone. Look at what happened with vshoujo. vshoujo was like something that looked too big to fail, and there was like so many people that were like supporting it, right? But there was a lot of like weird things in their contract too. Like if you listen to Shy Lily, she talked I think it was Shy Lily or was it Bao? It was one of two. I always get them confused because they're both like sea creatures. But they talked about like how the contract had a lot of red flags. And I'm sure like the thing is like a lot of talents saw those red flags, but they chose to risk it to be part of
Show
vshoujo.
dominance and send your own contract to the big company instead.
You know, I was listening to a video about that. They were like when you're small, risk everything because you have nowhere to go but up. Be brash. And they said things like that. It's like try to sell yourself up and like talk to the company to say, hey, you know that big guy that's trying to make a contract with you? I can do better because I'm smaller and I can get back to you and I'm more attentive and I want you to succeed compared to them. Like I was like, wow, that's some big balls. I'll sign my soul away. You all signed your soul away the moment that you guys joined stream. Especially you who made super chats, who donated to the channel. Your soul has been mine since day one.
Alin Laphel bleed middle.
You're here forever. There's nothing you can do about it. There we go. Okay. You know, I hate it though. Like, you know how like terms and services for games are becoming more and more bigger and relevant? Like, especially when like players skip it. It's like, oh, I'm gonna play this game online. Then you get hit by like a wall of text. I'm always scared because sometimes like I do get lazy and don't want to read that terms of service. But then like, what if it's like, oh, you have to give your firstborn child away to us? I get like a lot of it's just legal reasons just for the fact of it, but still. I need to start reading those just in case. You got scammed, my soul is a low value. It's okay. Once you collect all the things from Starbound, that's when it becomes a high value. I should get some water, but the thing is I need to refill my water tank. That's the problem. My water tank is full or empty because I haven't filtered some water recently. Let me go stretch. Oh, it's starting to get hot. I recall terms of service can only enforce legal agreements. I think legal agreements are important for art though. Art especially.
Wasn't there was Disney clause thing where they were exempt from an accident because the victim signed up for their streaming service?
Was that the case? Was there a clause like that? Because that's so crazy. Sorry, we know you got a seizure, but that's not our fault. That's not our fault for accidentally flashing this ad on your screen. We're sorry. Are illegal, they don't apply. It depends because like different countries have different terms of legalness, right? Some countries are a lot more loose with things like China with copyright. That's why there's a lot of like copyright issues in China comparatively. So it really depends, because if it's legal there but illegal everywhere else, that I don't think they're held by the same account, because they're held by the, I don't remember. I was listening to Legal's Mindset talk about it. Like, I think they're held to the legality of their country to settle all lawsuits. Oh, so what you're saying is Disney's gonna kill me. Let me see if I can find the dollar bill for this one. I might be using that dollar bill a lot soon. I can't believe how many times Disney tried to kill me. It's not fair.
I think it was an accident at their theme park, and they claimed she signed the rights away in the streaming thing, but they got pushed back, lol.
No, that's so dumb. Imagine that being the reason why you're not able to, like, wow. Oh, but wow. My eyes are starting to cross because of how stupid that is. Give me a second. I'm looking for, I made a dollar reference for Fufu, but I don't know where it went. Maybe I'll just have to save it again from our Discord conversation. Fufu. Fufu. Let's see, stage format, so it should be around here. Fufu. Crikey. Let me see. I really need to sort my files. Okay, it's not there. Oh wait, no, yes it is. There it is. If they do, I'll avenge you and put them in their place. The $20 bill. Look, I drew Megalodon again, well, before too. Her design was really cute. Look at that, she's very cute. See, I drew her really flat, but I guess it's because of the chibi. But then, like, Cha-Cha had the Cha-Chas, so. Okay. Cat VTuber. That's a Miniolodon? Yeah! It's like a pet or minion that you would have in a video game, right? Okay. I like this stupid dollar that I came up with. Clever girl. Okay. Let's go with this. Something like this. That's a little too big. There you go. That's more proper size. Alright, now we gotta do that 4 more times. Like so. The money comes rolling in, they say. It's time to make my own money. The Alin money, the sheep cookies. Oh wait, that'd be really cute. What if I actually made like sheep cookies a real thing? Like maybe it could be in stickers or pins. So you guys could actually start collecting sheep cookies IRL. That'd be really cute. Alright, maybe I'll like redraw some of these lines too. Wouldn't that be really cute to have like pins that are in the shape of the sheep cookies, and then we get to like have pins of it?
Sheep cookie recipe glitch cat.
Yeah, something like that. Let's make real cookies. No, I don't know how to make cookies. I'm actually not very good as a baker because I never really tried it. The last time I tried to bake, my oven started smoking, and I didn't even put anything inside. It started smoking already. That's how when you know you're not good at baking. People seem to like to commission you for thumbnails. They do. I think thumbnails is like my most popular thing. I thought it was gonna be emotes because of how silly my emotes look, but surprisingly, emotes is like the one it hasn't been as popular as thumbnails has. In fact, I have like 3 people's editing teams I'm part of to make thumbnails for them, so...
Maybe the oven needed to be cleaned?
They probably did, but the thing is I never used it before. So, when I got my place, and I moved in, right? I never really used the oven, and even now I still haven't used the oven. Much less the dishwasher too. I don't use the dishwasher. I wash my dishes by hand. Like the barbarian that I am. The Unga Bunga barbarian that I am. So, that could probably be the case, the fact that it needed to be clean, but the fact that it wasn't clean beforehand. Either that or there's like some sort of oil that was left over from someone else's baking. Okay. You always need new thumbnails, but only need emotes once. That's true. That's a good point. But there's a lot of VTubers, so that's why I thought our emotes would be pretty popular. Especially since it's a cheaper option than a lot more of my other options. I want to raise my prices, but I'm afraid because like how America's economy is like so crazy right now that technically my prices going up will mean that it goes up in other countries in a different way. Which I always feel bad for. I always feel bad when like my prices become too high. But I know I should raise my prices because I'm not really charging the most. Oh, you can't get more emotes. That's true. Especially if you're at Discord. Discord has up to like 150 emotes. And plus, people like to cycle out their emotes, right? Because like, as you become bigger and bigger, you need more and more emotes. And sometimes you might want to like emotes for specific things. So, I can see that argument too. Especially like, I like to cycle out my emotes. I haven't done it in a while, but I like to cycle out my emotes for silly ones. That's why like our Discord has so many emotes, because there were like emotes that I cycled in and out of the stream. I can't wait till YouTube gets the emotes too. That way you guys can also make funny meme faces, right? It'll be funny. Okay. Let's do this. Thing is too, like I think emotes compared to a lot of other things I draw is probably like the quickest and fastest thing that I can make. So if I got more emotes, it would be like easier to like finish up compared to say a thumbnail or illustration or animation. So I already make faces, see? You know what's funny though? Like when it comes to like emotes and making faces and drawing, sometimes I make the face that I'm drawing. Like sometimes I inadvertently like start popping my mouth open. Like if I'm doing this face, I go like I think that's just like the mark of an artist when you start becoming the art.
That's surreal.
Yeah, same with the pose too. Sometimes like I need to get up and feel the pose, right? So then I do like the TT pose. Yeah. I go XD, XD, XD. Which makes it hard to draw because that means my eyes are closed. Just like my life.
How about the face on the other side of the thumbnail?
The hit? The hit metal? The hit? Let me wink at you. Uh-huh. The hit? I tee-hee the pee-hee. First we tee, then we hee. Let's tee-hee. Okay.
Tee-hee tilde.
Feel it with your body. You should have should help a little. Yeah. Those are some detailed dollars. Maybe I should simplify it? Maybe. I'll think about it. We'll see how she feels about it. We'll see. Maybe I'll come up with an alternative sketch here for the dollars. I didn't realize how meaty the dollars are. I'll think about it. Maybe before I continue with Frikey, or Fufu. I'll finish up Megalodon. And then I'll decide what I want to do about her. Because I feel like all that money is getting to my head. Colonel, the money is getting straight to my head. You don't understand. Snake, that's not just money. That's the fox die virus inside of you, causing trouble. Nah, you mean the Lale Lule Lo? Yes, Snake, the Lale Lule Lo. Okay. I'm tired. Okay. Something like that. Do you guys see in Uma Musume that it's Gold Ship Week? We're gonna get like 3 rolls every 3, or 1 roll every 3 days with all the free gems they're giving us. All the free gems. I'm gonna see if I could try to get what's it called? Smart Falcon, who's coming out soon. Smart Falcon's really cute. I haven't been able to fully play Uma Musume, but maybe when I go home, I'll be able to have some more time to Uma. Let me be lazy and like grab the colors I had before. Because I still need to finish up my Kurin-chan, what's it called? Kurin-chan run. I'm getting all wiggly. You seem pretty tired today? I'm pretty tired. I exhausted. Like I said, I didn't sleep until like late, but that was because last night I was playing like the Hypixel server. I was gaming, guys. I was gaming. But maybe I gamed too hard. Remember, gamers, game responsibly. I was grinding. Rest well? Maybe I'll like take a nap afterwards. Or I could use that time to grind some more in the Hypixel server. It's over for me, guys. The grind is on. It's RuneScape. It's RuneScape time all over again. It's just like RuneScape once again. Grinding so hard to not even reach top 10,000, 100,000. It's not all about like being the best. The grind for me is just like progressing and collecting. I think the one thing I do like about the Hypixel server, there's a lot of fun things to collect. Armors, weapons, crazy stupid items. And then you have like a place that you can place it all, which is your museum. I think that's my favorite part. I like collecting things. I'm a collector in heart. So, the gamer's dilemma, pretty much. You know that one meme where it's like, I don't have time to game. Or do I? Then he moves like the sleep schedule back. That one? That's literally me. I like it when games have like a reason or opportunity to collect things, right? Especially when I get to look at my collection, admire it, think about all the time I wasted with it. Like, oh yeah, that sword took me 1 million tries to get, and I finally got it on the eve of my Christmas after missing Christmas with my family. But Papa, we would like ham. I'm sorry, son. I need to grind my Christmas blade 3,000 before the end of the year because it will be gone in 5 days. Collectors at heart, yeah, pretty much. I did the same thing with what was it? There was a game, Terraria. Terraria, I tried to collect all the weapons and armors and accessories, right? You guys should have seen my stash. Color me surprised when I found out you could just collect it by going on somebody else's map and taking the items. Ugh, disgusting. Disgusting, I spit in that. I spit in the direction.
I stopped the grind to be at this Christmas dinner t-shirt XD.
That's literally Uma Musume, yeah. I did that with Uma Musume too. I like to collect the horses. Hey, Nimi's playing Resident Evil 6. Sorry, I just saw a pop up on my Sting. Nimmy Nightmare? That Nimmy Nightmare? Yes. Like the special Momoe Valentine chocolate? Yeah. They had the same thing in Granblue. Like Granblue had like a Dorothy chocolate that's very rare that it's literally just worth experience points, and I think people just consumed it, right? But you can only get it on Valentine's Day. So I managed to get my special Dorothy chocolate, the size of Dorothy. Dorothy life-size chocolate from Dorothy herself. She loves me. She really loves me, guys. Dorothy really loves me. I love Granblue and their like special chocolate. Let me see. There's like a lot of crazy things you could get in Valentine's Day for Granblue. Valentine's Day Granblue chocolate. What I would do for is world hopping if needed, but not to other players' world. Yeah, I don't think you could do other player world in Starbound. I know in Terraria you can, but even that I really hated the idea. Like you can't get the corruption and the crimson in the same world, so you really couldn't get all the items. Because I like the idea of keeping everything to one world. And the thing is too, like some items like in the Sky Island, if you're not lucky enough in your world, you might miss some items because they did not spawn correctly. So it really bothered me that I would have to make a world just to explore it and steal the items from and go back to my world. You know what I mean? If you get to play co-op, that's still going to somebody else's world though, you know? Some can be fish. Oh, did they add that? I didn't know they added that. Because if that's the case, then that's pretty good. Even the Sky Island stuff? Because then, yeah, that makes sense. Oh gosh, fishing though. Fishing in that game? Fishing when zombies are all around you, you have to make like a box. Or then like when you accidentally pull a boss and then like it kills you really quickly. That happened to me. Good times. There you go. That fishing quest is not fun. I don't remember it. Remind me what the fishing quest is about. Indulge me into my summer fantasy, chat. Diverge me into my... enlighten me into this knowledge you once tell of me. Is it just pure white? Yep, I use pure white there because her skin is already like a grayish white. It's long, but it is fine. What kind of quest was it? I don't remember that one. The 200 fishing requirement? Like level 200 fishing? Because I really don't remember that one. Just making sure I get this accurate. Oh man. Would you guys forgive me if I decided to end stream early? Or would you guys hold it against my head and be like, wow, Alan, you ended your stream 1 hour earlier than normal? To the death sentence for you. Just fish daily if the quest isn't annoying. If you play enough, you'll do it. There's nothing to forgive, exactly, because I'm a monster for not being able to withstand my 12-hour subathon stream. If you need to rest, it's fine. Maybe that could be a fun incentive that if we ever do the 24 subathon, 24-hour drawing-a-thon thing, right? We should make it so that every time someone like extends the thing, they could get like a free doodle of their choice. Very simple doodle. Your health is important. No, it's not. How dare you say that? Maybe I'll end at 3 o'clock. I normally want to go a little bit longer, but I am a little tired. I don't do fishing quests in normal progression. I remember watching a speedrun of like Terraria, and apparently like fishing was so OP for a while, where people were able to get like a very strong like pickaxe, and they were able to like basically steal their way through the beginning game.
Every $5, I draw another line of your drawing.
Yeah, that would be fun. I really want to try something like that. Like a drawathon, a endless drawathon. I know it'll be an end. It probably won't last like that long. But we have to think about like fun incentives, you know? I'll have to think about it. Maybe I'll discuss it with some friends about it. The random drop chance is the main reason I dislike playing Terraria. Yeah. Well, it's not too bad. It'd be nice
to see all the drawings on one canvas.
It would be. I think that'd be pretty cool. Because like the thing was like most of the main items you need for main progression is not really locked behind RNG. Like all the items you need to beat the bosses are easy drops. It's the extra items that are quality of life or, you know, kind of nice to have. Like the tortoise shell, right? I always wanted to get a hero's paladin shield because I love the idea of having a shield. But like at the same time, that thing has such a low drop rate. Not paladin shield, but like the frozen turtle shell that I needed to make it. It had a low drop rate and turtles were very rare to begin with. Wand of Discord wouldn't drop, yeah. But that wasn't necessary for progression though. You didn't need the Wand of Discord, I guess, unless you're playing Master Mode. But even then, I made it through all of Master Mode without the Wand of Discord. I made it all the way to the Moon Lord, but I got tired of like the Moon Lord. Like, I wouldn't say the Wand of Discord is a mandatory item, but it is a very low drop chance. Even when I farmed it for hours.
Hey, you just got off work.
Hey Fenner, you missed it. I was talking about a endless drawathon where when people donate money, they'll extend the drawathon and they'll get a free doodle with it. Like $5 to extend my drawathon by 1 hour.
Made it all the way to the end and quit.
Yeah, pretty much. It was such a hurdle too because Master Mode is BS in Terraria. Like Plantaria was the biggest BS. I don't know how I beat it. I think I barely beaten it. Yeah. I barely beaten it. I didn't set up like a big arena either. I don't have like all the heart lanterns and the campfire, but I did do like some small things like, oh, I have a honey pool. I have the heart lantern. I have the campfire for health regen, right? But it was such a silly thing, and I made it all to
It's all fun and games until someone donates 500 XD.
I don't think anyone will do 500, but that might be like famous last words. That's like 10 hours extra, isn't it? But it could be fun. I always wanted to try like an endless subathon, and I think like having a free doodle, and we'll have to like come up with milestones too. Like every 100 donations, we'll draw one extra line for the not safe for work drawing. A summoner needs the wand for survival. Does it? Do they?
10. Your math is great, Alin Louise.
Oh yeah, you're right. 50? Oh no. 100. Oh, my brain. I'm tired. 100 hours. Oh no. There's nobody that would donate that much though. I doubt it. But then like, how would that work? Would they get 100 free doodles? I had to think about how that works because it should be like donation based. So they could donate like 500 over the course of the whole thing. But they should do it individually in fives. That way they could get a whole bunch of doodles. I usually play in Classic. What's Classic? I don't remember what Classic was in there. I just don't like the tedious effort of building stuff in Terraria. I didn't think it was too tedious. Terraria wasn't too hard to build in. Like, of all the games I played, Terraria was probably like one of the easier games to play. A lot easier than Minecraft, that's for sure. Minecraft, 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 Minecraft! We'll see. I'll think about it. We'll have to like plan it out before I decide to try it. I really want to give it a try, but like I said, I'll talk about it with Sniv and friends. Not hard, but just not fun. Yeah, it's hard to be a collector in Terraria. I gave up on it because of the shield. You know what's funny? I actually did get the Wand of Discord, but just by accident. Because I killed one of those like little teleporty guys while I was mining. Lowest difficulty not counting journey? Oh, interesting. The thing was like the lowest difficulty is not too hard outside the Moon Lord. The Moon Lord was like still hard. That's why I like the idea of playing it on like not master difficulty, but there's like expert. But the problem is, as the collector I am, master difficulty gives you extra items you can only find in master difficulty. I'm like, why did you do this? Ah, how frustrating! How and it was like, I know I could like make a character, make a world in master and bring my character in there, but still, just can't be bothered to make arenas and farms. I reused my arena a lot, funny enough. Like I had an arena that I reused a lot. The only one that I actually had to make an arena that was specially designed was Plantera, but I reused a lot of my arenas for a lot of the boss fights because it was like just like make a platform, add a bunch of lights, add some heart lanterns, and you have a good arena for like the rest of the game basically. I don't think you can make farms though, can you? Because like like I said, there's nothing you really needed to farm for necessarily in Terraria, because most of the stuff you get is from boss fights. The only time you do need a farm is like when you had to get the ore, but that wasn't like something you like that's farmable. At least not that I remember. I could be wrong. I'm trying to think like what was a mandatory item that you needed to farm in order to progress? Like Plantera was a pain in the butt because you had to break fruits or you had to break a plant. That was the worst one because you couldn't really necessarily like plan where Plantera was gonna show up. You had to break a plant and then like build an arena around it. And if you fail, you have to find another plant and build an arena around it. Depends on your class. I think the only one I could think of is probably like Summoner that needs to be doing that. But even then, Summoner doesn't really need too much of a setup because you get wings. And then at that point, like once you get the wings, you don't really need an arena anymore. You just need to fly around and like have a platform to like land on. Because like, especially later on when you get this flying saucer, that becomes your wings. And then you don't have to really like land anymore. But I don't remember what kind of things you really need to kind of make for a farm. Summoners was like just the hardest class to play, honestly. I played Warrior though, which was a pain also.
Souls?
Souls? Even Souls I didn't really have a problem with because like I didn't really need to make a farm for Souls. I just went down into the mines and just killed a bunch of things and I got all the Souls I needed. Are we talking about like making a farm or things to farm? Because like I don't think there was anything necessarily I needed to farm. Maybe mimics, I guess, but even then, how do you make a mimic farm? I guess if you're looking for vampire knives as a warrior, that might be something you want to do. Summoner's low defense, yeah.
I remember fishing a lot.
I remember fishing a lot too, but even then, that one's just like, you know, that's because it's fishing. Fishing's always like that in any game you play. Yeah. It's much better than Minecraft, I think. Because in Minecraft, you don't really need to farm for anything either. It's just that you're farming for crafting materials and such. Unless you want to have like a really big collection. I miss my Cobblemon world. I've been so like distracted with the high pixel server that I haven't been able to play my Cobblemon world. I miss my Pikachu. Hey Pikachu, hey Pikachu! Champions of the Pikachu world! Champions of the boys and girls! Just dig a little on the surface and leave some walls, mimics can spawn there? Oh, yeah, and yeah. I don't... because I don't remember having to like make any farms in Terraria. I know I had to make it in like Minecraft because like, you know, Minecraft, but Terraria doesn't necessarily need any farms. Unless you're looking for something specific, I guess. Isn't Summoner though? I know like Summoner has low defense, but isn't Summoner passive attacking? And you just have to hit it with the whip every now and then to increase your damage? Like, I thought that was what Summoner was. Wouldn't Summoner be like one of the more easier cases, unless you're like getting hit a lot? Because technically all you have to do is sick your pets, hit it with a whip every now and then like just dodge. It's like Toho, except you have to hit them with the whip every now and then. And the whip has a pretty good range. Sometimes even has lock on, right? I never really played Summoner primarily. The only thing I could think of is that Summoner in the very beginning of the game is really hard because you don't get much summoning options, right? Probably like the best one is a bee, but you don't really get that until after you get the, what's it called? After a while, I guess. If you max your damage, you have to keep whip sacking. Oh, I see. I thought it was just like whip and forget. They need to do something about Summoner then to make it more fun. Have you guys ever tried different classes in like Terraria mods, like the Bard and the Nurse? I remember doing that in like Dorium, and I forgot what the other one was, but the Bard one was really cool because it was like every instrument is like a small mini game that you had to do. It's like you had like the maracas, you had to attack in a pattern, drums, you had to drum in a beat, right? Like they're all different patterns. It's like you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it does more damage when you're on beat.
Melee in a modded multiplayer run RM.
I want to try that too. That sounds really cool. Melee. Melee? Melee! Super Smash Brothers! Basically, Summoner has a short range than Melee. Do they? I thought Melee had the shortest range, unless they changed it. But then again, it's been a while. Back when I played, I know they added like beams for some swords. Like they changed the Excalibur, I think? But it's still pretty short range, isn't it? But the thing that Melee has in exchange is the fact that it has super high defenses, which makes it really easy to kind of like eat the brunt of a lot of attacks. That's the closest range nowadays? Really? That's crazy that Melee has so much range now. Because I remember having to be very close. The only one that like, the thing is though, I did cheese like hard mode with master mode because I got the vampire knives. It's like once you get the vampire knives, everything's easy mode warrior. But everything beforehand was a pain because you had to just go with yo-yos for a while. And yo-yos had like the shortest, or pretty short range too. Most swords have long range attacks, or at least the ones people use. Not back then, but I think nowadays they do. Because back then, swords had really short ranges. Like, you wouldn't really want to use a sword at all. The most you really want to do is probably like a yo-yo. Because a yo-yo has like range and damage, and it's still considered a warrior weapon. Or later on, you'll get like the vampire knives, which is like the most sought after warrior weapon because of how powerful it is. Scourge the Corruptor is good. I never got that one because I think the world I was in was a
Current
Crimson.
Terrorblade is so much better than the old one.
Yeah, and it's funny too because like the Terrorblade was a weapon that you had to put a lot of effort to make because you had to like do the spooky Halloween thing and kill the moth for it, and then you had to like actually make the regular blade too, combine a bunch of big powerful swords for it. Even more so for me because I'm a weapon collector that likes to have one of every weapon, so I had to make like 2 of every weapon building up to the Terrorblade. I like looking at my chest, seeing that all the weapons lined up. This is why I like high pixel skyblock, because of the weapon collecting aspect. Okay. I think when I first played Terraria, I did like a mage/range build. I usually like kept switching between the two because having range was actually a good way to learn how to play the game. It was like the easiest way too. Like, do you guys remember having the machine gun, the Sharkinator or whatever it's called? The gun that was like a machine gun but with a shark mounted on it. I remember using that thing a lot. Just because of how powerful it was. When you think about it, I guess they really did fix melee then, if melee plays so well and is much more powerful. With its new sword range. Like my sniper rifle, I never used the sniper rifle. I got it once, I think, and I just shot it, and I was like, oh, it's too slow. Too slow! Though I can see that being good for like powerful one hits, and then maybe if you want to do, what's it called? If you want to do big meaty criticals. Big meaty damage! What did you say about my damage?
I remember getting the rainbow gun in pre-har mode when I was super little. I accidentally sold it and rage quit.
I get that. You know, I'm scared about that when it comes to Hypixel Skyblock, right? I'm scared that I'm gonna get like a really rare item and accidentally sell it. Because I actually did that with one of my artifacts, like, or one of my accessories. Like, it's not like the rarest thing, it just requires some grinding to get. And it's not like the biggest grind, but I accidentally sold it, and I didn't realize until afterwards. Like the musket? Oh, yeah, I've always used the big muskinator. You know what weapon was really fun? You know that one boomerang that warrior gets that's like the chakrams? I kind of wish they did more with that, because it was such a unique thing to be able to like carry 5 different boomerangs and like bounce off of it. I'm sad about like how some of the fun weapon types are locked behind like pre-hard mode, and they're not really good at all later on. Like, there should have been like a confabulator where you can increase the strength of a weapon to late game. That way you're able to use some of your favorite early game weapons in a later game situation. You know? I really think that would have been a really cool thing to do. Reconfabulate my weapon, please. I wish there was more spirits. There's a lot of pretty good spirits, but yeah, I get that. There's not that many good, or not many, not many, but there's not many what's it called, unique spirits in my opinion. A lot of spirits building up are pretty cool, but they're all like the same attack power. It was really cool though once they made it so that you could attack in any direction. That was really cool. But it took a while for them to finally do that. Reconfabulate it. Is her dress also in that sense? I guess so. I guess her dress stuff is also in that same kind of feeling. You know, is there like a popular Terraria server that's as popular as the Minecraft servers? Because I always wonder about that. I never played Terraria in multiplayer, so I'm kind of curious what it's like to be on a server with other players. It'd be fun. I know that if once we finish Abiotic, if we're gonna do another like multiplayer thing with everybody, it's gonna be Terraria. That way we'll progress together, and we'll do it on hard mode too, or master mode. That way we have to challenge ourselves to beating it on the hardest difficulty together. Together as one. I think that'd be pretty fun. There's no boss that heals when everybody dies, right? Like when somebody dies, they have to heal. I would love that. Yeah, it'd be really fun. And it's a lot easier to do than to like say Minecraft, because Terraria doesn't require as much like specs as other games. There are even popular. Are there even popular Terraria servers? That's what I was wondering, because like Minecraft has a bunch of them apparently, like minigame servers and stuff. Which I won't lie, some of the minigames are not that good. I'm saying that from like enjoying the Hypixel experience. Some of their minigames is not that good. This is why I'll never be able to get like YouTube rank. Help me get YouTube rank on Hypixel server. Be sure to like the video and subscribe. I can't play Minecraft, yeah. Terraria at least is a lower end game, so it's easier. We could like make a. I was thinking like I always want to do like a big war in a game like that, but it would require like organizing a lot of people. I seen like those like civilization videos and they look silly and fun to do. It's like, I put 1 million people in this one tiny island with no food, except when you kill another player, they drop meat. The last one surviving gets to get a free drawing or something like that. Hey guys, I put 20 million people in the Squid Game. The Mr. Beast. I'll become the Mr. Beast of Terraria. They'll call me Mr. Sheep. I'm tired. I might just end it at 3 o'clock. I don't normally want to end it that early, but yeah. Are fundamentally flawed? They're fundamentally flawed because essentially you have to make rules to hold players back because resources can be made by everybody else, you know? A player can be self-sufficient, and I think that's the thing. Minecraft is designed by default for every player to be self-sufficient, right? There's no reason to basically raid or steal resources because everyone can just make that resource. That's the fundamental problem of Minecraft, right? The only way that you're going to be able to make a civilization is if you limit things, like you make it so like, oh, limited amount of items here, or make it so that like limited amount of like job occupations, right? Not everyone could be a miner. Some people have to be fishers or croppers, right? You can't do other people's jobs, right? Things like that would be things that would lead to a civilization, because if every person could be self-sufficient, there's no point in having resources in the first place, and there's no value in it. Just look at diamonds. Diamonds have like, are just used as money basically because of that. There has to be like some sort of underlying thing too to encourage resource usage, which Minecraft doesn't necessarily have. Minecraft! It'll be really cool though to do a civilization thing. Like if I could set rules and stuff and players could follow the rules, that'd be pretty cool. It's like Dark RP. Basically, Dark RP is just a map, but it's the players that set the rules and stuff, you know? You could have a money printer, but if you get caught, you know, boom, you're executed. Stealing all the elytras on the server because they're limited. That's the thing though, like usually the civilizations, they don't have the end, right? They usually just do it in the overworld because it would make sense to just do it in the overworld. Could be wrong though. Might be wrong. Might be right. Next week's your mom's birthday? This week actually, because today's Sunday. But yeah, that's why I'm gonna be gone this week. Because I'm gonna be celebrating Mama Sheep's birthday. There you go. It's gonna be busy because I still have commissions and stuff to work on while I'm there, and Mama Sheep wants me to help her with a lot of things, like help clean the pool filter, gotta get our passports settled, all kinds of stuff. We are gonna be busy doing things.
You guys start the week on Sunday?
Yeah, we start the week on Sunday. Sunday's like the first day, but Monday's like their first like actual work day, but Sunday's the first day of our week. So whenever I look at the week, the Monday is like the start of it. Feel like I have fun. I wish her a happy birthday. Thank you. There you go. She's looking very cute. Very, very cute. I like how cute she came out. We're gonna make Fifi or Fufu just as cute. Fufu's gonna be the cutest, and there's nothing you guys could do about it. I say, holding a gun at your head. There you go. I think that one's done. Oh yeah, I forgot to put the lines on her thing. Her wavy lines. But yeah, I think this is a good spot to end it. I'll finish the rest of this thumbnail off stream, but we did it. We caught up with all our commissions. All the immediate commissions that need to be done are done. The next deadline is going to be on the 21st, so I still have time to work on it, like 11 days. I'll get started on it, of course, and, you know, chip away at it. But essentially, we did it. I do need to get started on the animation one, though, too. Oh, I better work hard, as usual. I'm going to raise my prices. But yeah, thank you guys for coming. I hope you guys had as much fun with the stream as much as I did. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, like I said, I'll be gone next week, And I'll be on the Discord more. Now that I'm more caught up with things, I'm gonna be on the Discord more. I try to keep myself. I said to. Thank you guys for coming. I told myself that I won't Discord as much because sometimes I spend a lot of time just chatting with you guys. But I'll spend some time on the Discord when what's it called? Now that this week is over. You guys were talking a lot on Discord. I was like, oh man, I really want to join in for the Uma stuff. I want to join in with the Limbus talk. But yeah, I try to limit myself to not talk too much. You guys are just too fun to chat with. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream as much as I did. This is a good spot to end. We managed to get a Megalodon done, but we still gotta get Fifi done, or Fufu done. I keep doing that.
More time to grind Limbus XD.
I know. More time to grind Limbus. I'm trying to find a way to draw and grind at the same time. Like, I'm trying to find, like, what if I start drawing and I just press the win rate button and then just hit attack? The problem is, though, like, my attacks only last, what, 30 seconds at most? So I had to, like, stop attack every 30 seconds. I'm trying to find a way to weave it into my drawing. But yeah, we'll see. I'm tired. I'm gonna call it here. Let's see if there's someone to raid really quick. But yeah, tune in next week. We'll be back with a normal schedule. Maybe I'll think about the subathon. We'll see. I do really want to try a subathon, but I'm gonna ask around to see what's people's opinions on it. Let's see who's online. Oh, but I don't really feel like raiding anyone. I won't lie. I'm tired. I don't feel like raiding. Oh, okay, guys.
Alin should start using the ads with long ass animations XD.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I wish I knew who had long asses. Only Sensei sees the halos. Oh, interesting. That's a cool lore. Have a good rest. Thank you guys for coming. I'm just gonna end here. I'm tired. Have a good night, guys. You guys take care. My brain has been exhausted. We did a whole week of drawing. We caught up with everything. Now I'm gonna go take a nap or play video games. I don't know. One or the other. Get up. Gotta get up. Get up. Gotta get up. Sorry for ending too early, but I'm gonna jump off here. Thank you guys for coming. You guys take care of yourself, okay? Bye, guys. Have a good night. Bye. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See you guys next week. I'll be in the Discord talking with you guys. I'll pretend I'm real. Bye. Bye. Bye.